You don't need a mansion or a Hollywood name to leave behind a story that's more than just fame.
Me to need a will, just a family, or a cat plotting world domination. Welcome to Celebrity Estate Chaos, where we prove a lot of things. Like how estate chaos isn't just for millionaires with private islands, anyone with stuff, relatives, or that one weird collection you think nobody's fighting over. And chances are, they will.
Okay, picture this. The emergency alert blares, like really blares. The sky's looking weird, and you yell, "Mom, grab your go bag!" And she just looks at you and says, "What's a go bag?" And I'm not missing Judge Judy. If that sounds even vaguely familiar, welcome. This is Caregiving in a Crisis. So today in this deep dive, we're going to unpack the often hilarious but always urgent world of emergency prep for caregivers, especially when smart tech promises so much help, but then, doesn't quite deliver.
It's such a real struggle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, caregivers are already juggling so much meds, moods, mobility, and then bam, a crisis hits. An evacuation notice, and the statistics are, frankly, a bit startling. The AARP found that, get this, 53% of caregivers feel unprepared for emergencies, and 78% don't have an emergency plan specifically for medical or mobility issues. That's a huge gap.
It really is. And for the insights today, we're leaning heavily on Tina Jin's fantastic caregiving series books. They're practical, funny, and just nail this challenge. All right, let's dive in. This disconnect, right, between the smart tech we all have now and the messy, unpredictable reality of a caregiving emergency. We rely on these devices for so much. So what's the biggest maybe misconception people have about using them when things go wrong?
Well, it's what we're kind of calling the Alexa help phenomenon. I mean, there are over 91 million smart speaker users in the U.S. AI is everywhere. So it's incredibly tempting to think, I'll just ask Alexa or Siri will sort it. The misconception is thinking these general tools are ready for your specific, complex, probably chaotic caregiving crisis. Here's the kicker, right? Alexa can reorder your toilet paper, like instantly. Great. But she genuinely can't tell you how to Tetris your dad's scooter into the car trunk with a panicking poodle, an oxygen tank, and mom's giant purse vying for space.
Oh, the purse. It's always the purse. Or the figurines, or something completely unexpected. It's that individual stuff, isn't it? What one person deems essential. Generic plans just miss that entirely. So hearing about these limits, we actually tried it. We thought, okay, can they really not handle a basic emergency query? We put them to the real test. First one. Hey Siri, how do I evacuate my house in a wildfire?
And what did you get back?
Okay, so Siri served up WebMD first, then the temperature in Sacramento. We're not in Sacramento. And then the pièce de résistance, lyrics to Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire."
Oh my goodness, Billy Joel, helpful.
Exactly, not the step-by-step plan you need when you're smelling smoke. The lesson, I guess, is pretty obvious. They're only as smart as their programming. And the programmers probably weren't, wrestling a three-wheeled walker down the stairs in a panic.
Probably not, no.
Then we tried Alexa. Alexa, what do I pack for an emergency if my mom has incontinence issues? And she actually, paused. You could almost hear the digital gears grinding. Then just, sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Not helpful.
But if you then asked, Alexa, add Depends to shopping list, that worked perfectly. So score one for awkward shopping, I guess.
Right. It knows commerce, not crisis context.
Exactly. And a friend actually told me this story during a real wildfire evacuation. She tried to get Alexa to play calming spa music for her mom. Alexa's response, blasting AC/DC's Highway to Hell.
No, seriously.
Yep. Cue total chaos. Guitar solo, screaming dog, confused parent thinking it's the actual apocalypse.
Wow. That AC/DC story, it kind of sums it up perfectly, doesn't it? The chaos. And it really highlights what we call the emergency gap.
Yeah.
You look at Google's standard 12-step plan, it often assumes, a young, healthy person, no dependence, no mobility issues, just grab your Nikes and go. But a caregiver's reality, it's untangling hearing aid cords, finding the backup cane that somehow ended up in the fridge.
Wait, fridge? Really?
Oh, you hear stories. Or debating if those 6 ceramic cats really need to evacuate because they're family. And it loops right back to those AARP numbers. 53% unprepared, 78% with no plan for medical or mobility needs, and that tiny 14% who feel confident using smart tech in a disaster. It's a huge gap in confidence and capability.
So, yeah, If you've ever found yourself shouting at Alexa like she's just a completely useless intern, you're definitely in good company. And it makes it crystal clear, doesn't it? Tech might have a role, but we need something much more solid, more foundational when things get chaotic.
Exactly right. Which brings us squarely to the most fundamental piece,
Yeah.
the emergency go bag. Because when that evacuation order comes, you genuinely don't have time to play what's in grandma's purse or where did dad put his spare glasses.
Yeah.
You need the critical stuff right there.
Okay, so let's break that down. What are the absolute must-haves for the person you're caring for? Because it's got to be more than just like a toothbrush and a change of socks, right?
Oh, definitely. It's about anticipating needs in a stressful, unfamiliar place. So beyond the basics, medications, ID, copies of medical records, change of clothes, wipes, maybe incontinence briefs, snacks, you have to tailor it. For someone with dementia, for instance, pack a laminated card. Something simple. This person has memory loss. Please speak slowly and gently. But here's something many miss. Familiar comfort items. A favorite scarf, maybe a small plush toy, even a framed photo. It sounds minor, but it can be grounding, provide emotional security when everything's chaotic, add written notes on calming routines, too. For mobility issues, think practical. Seat protectors for the car, gloves for transfers, extra incontinence supplies just in case. A list of their daily mobility aids, a small towel, grip socks are great, maybe even a foldable cushion or blanket to sit on if waiting's involved. And a really practical tip, use Ziploc bags for everything. Keeps items organized, clean, dry. Basically, pack like you're preparing for an unexpected, possibly uncomfortable overnight stay in an unfamiliar hospital room.
That's a really helpful way to frame it. Okay, but what about the caregiver? It's so easy to forget yourself. Your go bag isn't selfish, right? It's survival gear for you. What needs to be in there?
Absolutely. You can't pour from an empty cup, as they say. For the caregiver. Phone charger, obviously, plus a backup battery pack is crucial. Snacks and water for you, change of clothes, deodorant, basic comfort makes a difference. Cash, small bills and coins, you never know.
Oh, no.
A notebook and pen, copies of your key documents,
Yeah.
your own medications, pain relievers, toothbrush, and yeah, throw in a few sanity savers. Gum, a stress ball, maybe an audiobook downloaded, mints, whatever helps you cope. The biggest mistake is neglecting your own basic needs in that rush to focus on the other person.
Makes sense. Okay, besides personal stuff, the paperwork, that always feels overwhelming. What are the absolute must-have documents in that go bag?
Right, fumbling for papers under pressure is the worst. You need copies of ID and health cards for both of you. Emergency contacts list, clear, easy to read. Power of attorney or advance directive documents if you have them. Super important. A detailed medication list, dosages, times, why they take it, insurance info, allergy list, doctors' names and numbers. And here's a pro tip. Don't just rely on digital. Have a printed folder and maybe a USB stick or a QR code linking to a secure digital version. Physical backup is key if power or internet is out. And please, review and update this stuff every, say, 3 to 6 months. Or immediately if meds change. Don't let it get stale.
Good advice. Updating is key. Okay, so managing this for a whole household, maybe kids, maybe pets too, that sounds like a project. How do you tackle that without getting overwhelmed?
It definitely can feel like a lot.
Yeah.
So the trick is, start small. Don't try to do it all in one afternoon. Pack one go bag per person over a few weekends, maybe. Label each bag really clearly. Use different colors. Write names large. Every single bag needs the core stuff. Meds, ID, some food, a comfort item, water, chargers. And yes, absolutely, don't forget the pets. They need ID tags on them, a leash, food, poop bags, any medications they take. Their family too.
Right. Pets need go bags too, so you've packed them. Where do you put them? Needs to be somewhere grab and go, right?
Exactly. Accessibility is everything. Good spots are inside a hallway coat closet, maybe on a sturdy hook behind the front or back door. Some people use a storage ottoman near the main exit. The car trunk can work, but be careful about temperature extremes for things like meds or batteries. Maybe keep only non-perishables there. Or just designate a specific shelf in a closet, clearly marked emergency only. And here's the thing people often forget, even after packing. A simple sticky note. Put it on the inside of your front door, just 3 words. Go bag, charger, meds. That last little check can make all the difference.
That's a brilliant little hack. Okay, what about night emergencies? Waking up to an alarm or chaos must be incredibly disorienting. What's a night kit?
Yeah, night emergencies are tough. Your brain isn't fully online yet. A night kit is basically a small, prepped kit right by your bed or near the door specifically for that scenario. What's in it? A charged flashlight, absolutely essential. Slippers or easy-on shoes. A robe. Your keys on a ring. Maybe a printed list of emergency phone numbers just in case your phone is dead or lost. And know exactly where your main go bag is. Make it easy to grab even half asleep. Some people even use a small whiteboard next to it saying, take this. A visual cue for a panic brain. And another tip for night prep. Tape a printed checklist inside the go bag itself or inside the cupboard where it's stored, because panic brain is foggy brain. A list helps you stay on track.
Okay, so we've established the importance of the physical bag, but let's not completely throw Siri under the bus just yet. Let's circle back to tech, because it can help, right? If it's paired with smart habits, how can we strategically use these tools, not just as standalone apps, but integrated into a plan?
That's exactly the right way to think about it. It's about integration, not just reliance. The clever part isn't just having, say, Life 360. It's setting up a geofence alert around your evacuation meetup spot. So you get an immediate notification if your loved one, maybe someone prone to wandering, leaves that safe zone, even by a little bit, in a confusing situation. You can create what we call an emergency voice command cheat sheet when you'll actually use by training your smart assistant. Like you can program custom commands. Alexa, where's my emergency bag? Could trigger a reminder you set, or even link to smart tags you've placed. Or Siri, turn on emergency lighting. If you have smart plugs connected to some basic LED lights, boom, instant backup light in a power outage. Setting up Google Call My Emergency Contact Now is huge. Just make sure contacts are synced and clearly labeled Emergency Contact or ICE. You can even get fancy. Alexa, list all supplies in the go bag if you've linked it to an app like AnyList or Notion or Google Keep where you've typed up the contents. And yes, you can still try Siri, play calming music, just maybe have a backup plan in case AC/DC answers the call again.
Right, maybe specify instrumental spa music. Those are really smart, targeted ways to use the tech. Thinking integration, not just the app itself. What other tech tools have you seen that are genuinely helpful for caregivers in a crisis situation?
Yeah, beyond the voice commands, there are some really solid tools. The MediSafe app is great for pill reminders, refill alerts, but crucially, it can notify you, the caregiver, if a dose is missed. Huge peace of mind. There's an app called Snug Safety. It's a simple daily check-in. If your loved one doesn't respond by a set time, it automatically alerts emergency contacts. Good for those living alone. A visual display like a Google Nest Hub or Echo Show can be powerful. You can have it display reminders like grab the meds in big letters, or use it for one-tap video calls to family, like 360 as you mentioned for location sharing. Knowing where grandma is during a blackout if she wanders invaluable. And honestly, tile trackers or similar devices, stick them on dad's glasses case, his wallet, the TV remote, because trust me, an emergency is not the time you want to be playing hide and seek with essential items.
So true. Losing glasses in a crisis sounds like a nightmare. Okay, and a really crucial pro tip that ties into this, grab those caregiver go bag checklists we mentioned. You can download them, print them, use them digitally on Google Keep or Notion. Having that checklist accessible, however you do it, is absolutely key, especially if your internet is down. All right, so we have the bag, we have some smart tech integrations. How does this all come together into an actual plan? Let's talk actionable steps, maybe 5 steps to get that peace of mind, hopefully with a little laughter along the way. A plan even Siri can't mess up.
Exactly. Okay, 5 steps to build that smart emergency plan. 1, label the essentials. Seriously. Bright labels, tags, meds, documents, go bag, maybe even snacks or mom will riot. Make it obvious. 2, voice train your smart assistant. Create those custom commands we talked about. Evac plan pulls up your written instructions. Alert emergency contact. 3, run a drill. I know drills sound tedious, but make it short, 10 minutes, once a month. Yes, include mom's purse. Yes, include the poodle. Frame it like a game, family safety game, or packing practice. Set a timer. Can we be in the car in 7 minutes? Put on upbeat music. Have her reward cookies, bragging rights, whatever works. Laughter reduces resistance. 4, back it up. Don't rely only on your phone or one app. Print a copy of your plan. Laminate it. Tape it inside a kitchen cabinet or on the fridge. Low tech is reliable tech. Boom. And 5, pack a sense of humor. Honestly, because when your dad insists the bowling trophy is an essential evacuation item, laughter might be your only coping mechanism. It is survival gear.
I love snacks or mom will riot. That feels very real. Okay, but the drills, what about parents who just flat out refuse to leave? That's a huge hurdle. How do you handle that resistance?
Oh, that's incredibly tough and very common. It's a delicate situation. First, understand their legal rights. Unless you have formal power of attorney or guardianship that covers this, you likely can't force an adult to evacuate. But you can prepare. Try rehearsing. Hey, Dad, let's just do a pretend drill. See how quick we can be. Make it low stakes. Pack their go bag anyway. Keep it ready. Maybe even put it in the car ahead of time if a warning seems likely. Sometimes a trusted third party can help. A pastor, their doctor, a respected neighbor gently explaining the risks might be heard differently than when it comes from you. Really try to listen to why they're refusing. Is it a fear of losing control? Fear of the unknown? Fear of leaving their home? Independence? Dignity? Speak to that fear, not just the logistics. Humor and relatable examples can work better than lectures. Remember Aunt Carol trying to evacuate with just her prize-winning casserole and no phone charger? Involve them in the prep. Mom, which snacks do you think we should put in your emergency bag? Giving them some ownership helps, and sometimes framing it as your need can work. Dad, it would give me such peace of mind if we had this ready, just in case. Making it about helping you, not about them being a burden.
That's really insightful. Focusing on their underlying fears, involving them, framing it differently. Okay, what about solo caregivers? They might feel completely alone in this. Any specific advice for them?
It's a huge weight for solo caregivers. First step, acknowledge it. Accept that you're the primary, maybe only person right now. But then build backup systems anyway, even if backup feels far away. Create a detailed care binder or print out clear instructions. Assume someone else might have to step in with zero notice. Where would they find everything? Make it visible. Have that contact list clearly labeled in case I can't or emergency contacts for mom, dad. Hey, share your plan, email it, or give a printed copy to siblings, neighbors, friends. Even if they aren't actively helping day to day, having the info could be critical if you become unavailable. And a key tip, make your go bag and plan transferable. If someone else had to walk in cold today, could they understand the meds, know the routine, find the keys, think about it from their perspective?
That's really practical, making it transferable. Okay, look, we get it. Technology is amazing. It's powerful. But when caregiving meets actual chaos, you need more than just a smooth voice coming out of a sleek device. You need plans. You need backups. You need humor. And probably, yeah, a huge stash of wet wipes.
You said it. Siri can't push a wheelchair down a ramp. Siri isn't the caregiver you are. Voice assistants are brilliant for trivia, maybe playing some Enya to calm nerves if they get the command right.
Yeah.
But they don't carry walkers. They don't navigate spilled cat litter in the dark. They don't negotiate with your dad about whether the antique lamp needs to come too. That messy, human, physically demanding stuff. That's all you, the caregiver.
But, and this is the important part, you don't have to do it alone, and you definitely don't have to do it unprepared. We really hope this deep dive empowers you to take that next step, even a small one. And definitely check out Tina Ginn's other resources. Titles like Too Late to Panic, A Caregiver's Survival Guide, or Oops Proof, Disaster Prep for the Easily Distracted Caregiver. And my personal favorite title, Stop, Drop, and Roll Your Eyes. A funny yet essential guide.
Yes. And grab those caregiver emergency kit printables we mentioned, the go bag checklist, emergency contact template, medication tracker, mobility aids list. They're incredibly helpful for getting organized. You can find all those resources in our bookstore section.
Because at the end of the day, chaos doesn't care if your iPad is charged or not. Siri might freeze up, but your preparation, that doesn't have to. So the next time someone casually says, "Oh, can't Siri just handle all that?" You can just smile politely and say, "Yeah, I asked. She told me the current humidity level in Peru."
Yeah.
But you,
That's
you
a
will
wrap
handle
for
it.
today's chaos. If you learned something, laughed a little, or now feel slightly more prepared for life's curveballs, we've done our job. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. Catch us on Spotify, YouTube, and anywhere podcasts make you rethink your to-do list. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, if it's important and unexpected, we probably cover it. Stay safe, stay curious, and we'll see you next time.